Have you ever wondered for how long the ordinary retinoids and retinols will last? Well, this is a tricky question and I'm going to break it down for you so that we can find out about the best deal so that you can also save some time and money. Now, first of all, I want to mention that I've read in my books that retinoids usually last up to 6 months. And after that, once they're open, they also will lose their activity. So, also, please keep in mind that when using retinoids or retinols and you just opened them, after that you always have to put them in the fridge. Now, I have 3 of the ordinary products. We have 2 retinoids, 1 in emulsion, then we have another one in squalane, as well as 1 retinol in squalane. They all have the same size of bottle of 30 milliliters, and the main difference is also the texture. So I'm going to break it down for you. Not only do you need to know the price and for how long you can also use it, but you also need to know how much product is in it and is it even worth it that you're also being able to finish it up or if you're going to waste too much product of it. Now I want to mention that with the Retinoid in Emulsion, this one will last you around 6 months once it's open. This is what it says right here. The Retinoid in Emulsion will cost you also around $10 US. And it also has a creamy, a little bit of a thicker texture, which soaks easily into the skin in my opinion. And you don't need like a lot, like 3 drops are fine for the entire face and neck area. Now I also counted the drops of it. And you have a total of a full bottle of the Retinoid in Emulsion of 550 drops. Which is important because then now you can also calculate with how many drops you're going to use and for how long it's going to last. Now, I went with 3 drops because you can also use this one on a daily basis and it also won't cause any irritation. This formulation and the technology of this retinoid is very, not only mild, but also very gentle to the skin so that it won't cause any irritation. So you can use it on a daily basis. And this is also how I calculated. Let's say you're going to use 3 drops for the entire face and neck area. And you're going to use it on a daily basis. Then it just will end up like the right amount will end up for the 6 months. So if you're going to use 1 bottle of the Retinoid in Emulsion, it will be enough, like just enough for the 6 months. So you are not going to waste any product. You're really spending the money on what you're getting, and you also won't like waste any product or the money like down the drain. Which is a great deal, and it's also really important that you know those information. Keep in mind, it will cost you around $10. There are 550 drops in it. You can use it on a daily basis. It won't cause any irritation and you don't need a lot of product for the entire face and neck area. Now with this in mind, I want to move on to the next one, which is also the Gram-active Retinoid in Squalane. Again, with this one, it has a different texture as you can see. It's way more like liquidish and it also feels like you're going to apply an oil to your face. Now with this one, personally I find that it's not really soaking that well into the skin. Maybe this also depends on the amount that you're going to use. And I also counted the drops in it. With this one there's a total of 900 drops in it. It will cost you again around $10. And you can use this one also on a daily basis because it won't cause the skin to irritate to it. So you can immediately also use it. Now, how do we calculate it now? Because there's only one difference compared to the one that it is in the emulsion. And this is also that it only will last you 3 months once it's open. Which is a bit tricky because you have more product, the texture is way different, but you won't get the same time. Like you have to use it way quicker, otherwise you're going to waste so much product. And this is also where I contacted the Ordinary and asked about them, like why does the emulsion one last you 6 months, which I've also mentioned in the very beginning of the video, that I've also read it in the book. But with this one, it only will last you 3 months. And they couldn't really give me an answer, except for you have to follow the description, so that when it says 3 months, you have to use it 3 months, because otherwise they can't guarantee that it still will keep its activity, maybe also because of the formulation. So if you're going to break it down and you're going to use 3 drops per day for 3 months, you will end up in total with 270 drops, which is not even half of it. Like, I mean, you're going to waste more than half of the product that's in a bottle because you can't finish it all up. So the best way to do it is also that if you really want to calculate how much do you need to use to finish it all up within those 3 months, then you have to use a total of 10 drops, which is, in my opinion, quite a lot. And also what I mentioned is that if you want to calculate for how long this actually will last, like, and just ignore the sign right here, then it also would you would be able to finish it up in like around 9 to 10 months, which is a lot. Like, based on the time, this one would be great, but you can't use it that long. So this is where it gets tricky. Now you have the same problem with the Ordinary Retinol and Squalane. First of all, this is a retinol, and the Ordinary itself doesn't recommend using retinols anymore because the technology of the retinoids is getting much better so that you won't have any skin irritation. With retinols, it's likely that it's going to irritate the skin, especially also if you're going to use it on a daily basis. So this one has a similar texture. The major difference is that it won't cost that much money. It's around $5 US. And you can see it still has that liquidish, oily texture. And again, I counted the drops of it. You have a total of 900 drops, so you won't even be able to finish it all up within those 3 months, because again, this one will only last you 3 months after it's opened. So this is where it gets tricky. This one can cause skin irritation, and you won't be able to finish it up, even though it is cheaper. Whereas with the other two, those cost around the same price, won't cause any skin irritation, but then you also have to decide which product you also want to get for yourself. Using the one where you have to use 10 drops to finish it all up, maybe you want to use it also down to your décolletage so that you really can spread it out. Or if you want to use it only for your face and neck area, then you maybe want to go with the Gram-Active Retinoid and Emulsion. From all the three, I wouldn't recommend getting the retinol. And from my personal preference on how it also feels on the skin and also how I feel about the products, I would definitely go with the Ordinary Gram-Active Retinoid and Emulsion. This is just my opinion, but I gave you now all the information that you need, the price, how many drops are in there, for how long you can use it. And based on that, you can do your own calculation and figure out what would be the best deal for yourself. And I do hope that with all this in mind, and that you also now can figure out what would be the best for you. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!